Okay, here's my Strikeforce, Los Angeles, and Bellator 22 predictions. Strikeforce does happen this Wednesday. I know I'm super late on this, but personal things came up and I had to wait. So, same with Bellator, happens Thursday. So yeah. Before I get to this, though, I want to discuss this because I did really piss poorly on my predictions at UFC 115, and I got some messages. If you're taking my word on what I say about these MMA events, and you put money on them, the fights, because of what I say, that's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I'm not. I do this for fun. I don't do this to make money. I don't do this to make fame. I just do this because I have a hectic day every day. I come home and this takes stress off my shoulders. So I do this for fun. So there's some great people on YouTube. If you want to get someone on YouTube who makes these predictions, and you're gonna put money on them, EBW Returns, E-Dubs, MMA Professor, MMA Insight, MMA Analyst, are all great people who know what they're talking about and are very knowledgeable about this. So go watch them. I don't care. The Crazy MMA Fan, he's funny too. So I mean, he's pretty smart too. So I like him also. So, but I'm just saying, don't take my word on these events and then put money on it, because that's just a huge mistake. So I'm just saying that right now. So yeah, so back to the two events. First one I'm going to do is Bellator, even though it does happen Thursday, but I'm only going to discuss the Bellator finale, final, Dan Hornbuckle versus Ben Askren. This is Ben Askren's, I think, toughest opponent to date has to be Ryan Thomas, and Dan Hornbuckle is going to be a huge test for Ben Askren. Ben Askren, he can take it to the ground, and I think he's going to. I think Dan Hornbuckle probably wants to keep it standing, but I think it's going to be very hard for him to keep it standing with how skillful Ben Askren is in taking people down. He's a great wrestler. He was a 2008 Olympian, so I mean, just he has the ability to take anyone down. And I do see him take Dan Hornbuckle down, but he hasn't faced the person that has the jiu-jitsu skills as Dan Hornbuckle. I think he can keep out of him for the first 2 rounds, but I think by the 3rd round he's going to be tired from Dan Hornbuckle being so aggressive on his back, and he's going to catch Ben Askren in something. So I'm going to go with Dan Hornbuckle, 3rd round submission, triangle, guillotine, something like that on Ben Askren. So Dan Hornbuckle, 3rd round submission over Ben Askren to become Season 2 of Bellator's welterweight tournament, and will fight for the title against Good. So okay, now to Strikeforce Los Angeles predictions. First one, KJ Noons versus Conor Heun. When you face KJ Noons, you gotta have the ability to take him down and ground and pound, keep him on his back. I don't think his jiu-jitsu, his submission skills are where his stand-up abilities are at. So, and I don't see Conor Heun even getting close to getting KJ Noons down. So, I just don't think Conor has the ability to take Noons down. Noons has a pretty good takedown defense. So it looks like it's going to be a stand-up fight. And with this, Noons owns it. I mean Noons has a great amateur boxing background, and I just see him picking apart Conor. Do I see him stopping Conor? No, Conor's pretty tough. He had a great fight against George Gagel. So with that said, I'm going to go with Noons, unanimous decision, just owning Conor on the feet. Next fight, Tim Kennedy versus Trevor Prangley. I just see a lot of people are picking Prangley in this. I've seen, and I could see why, but I just think in my mind, Tim Kennedy is better than Prangley on the feet, on the ground, cardio. I just see him more well-rounded than Trevor Prangley. I think they're pretty even with wrestling. I think I could see Tim Kennedy taking it to the ground and ground and pound. I don't see Trevor Prangley having anything off his back. I think Tim Kennedy could submit Trevor Prangley on top. But I think Prangley is a veteran. He has the abilities to stay out of the submission. So I'm going to go with Tim Kennedy, unanimous decision over Trevor Prangley. On to the next one, Marius Zaromskis versus Evangelista Cyborg Santos, the male Cyborg. And he had a great fight in his last Strikeforce fight, Cyborg, against Jory Villasenor. He looked pretty good in my eyes. Far better than what he has showed prior to that fight. But I don't see him getting that close to winning the fight like he did against Villasenor. I think Zaromskis is too much. I think his abilities on the feet and ability to take down defense, I think it's going to work out great for him. He's a far better striker than the Cyborg is. And a lot of people are questioning Cyborg's chin, but he took a lot of punishment in the Villasenor fight, and he withstood all of it. So, with that said, I could see Zaromskis maybe one of his head kicks knockouts or getting a knockout, but I just think Cyborg, he has a good enough chin, he's going to withstand the punishment, but Zaromskis is going to clear-cut, unanimous decision. So, Marius Zaromskis, unanimous decision over Evangelista, Cyborg, Santos. On to the main event, Babalu Sobral versus Robbie Lawler. I don't want to badmouth Babalu, but I just don't see Babalu being in the title picture at 205. I mean, being the 205 champion at Strikeforce. I just don't see it. I think if he fights King Mo, I think King Mo doesn't even want to fight him. I don't know why about that anyways. But anyways, I just think King Mo, his takedowns, his ground and pound would be just too much for Babalu, and I think he would stop Babalu. In this fight, I think it's going to stay standing. He doesn't have very I mean, once Babalu gets it to the ground, he could just stay on top of Robbie Lawler, but I don't think he could submit Lawler on top. He's more of a submission guy on the bottom where he catches you in an armbar or a triangle, something like that. Or if you come in for a takedown, he catches you in in a gator roll or a guillotine, something like that. But I just don't see that happening. I think Robbie has the takedown defense to keep this on the feet, and he's far better striker than Babalu. And I do see this not even coming out of the first round. So Robbie Lawler, he's gonna catch Babalu. I think his chin is questioned. Very, 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 very questionable, I guess you could say. So I'm going to go with Robbie Lawler, first round TKO over Babalu Sobral. So let me go through it one more time. Hornbuckle and Bellator 22, third round submission over Ben Askren. And then Strikeforce, you got KJ Nunes, unanimous decision over Conor Heun. Kennedy over Trevor Prangley by unanimous decision. Marius Zaromskis, unanimous decision over Cyborg. And Babalu Sobral will lose to Robbie Lawler by first round TKO. So, I'll have another video out for the WEC that's coming up and the Ultimate Fighter finale. So, stay tuned for that. And, yep, there you go. So, adios. Good night.